Okay, Lion fans, we're just about set to start championship match. Your Lady Lions playing the Lions in the finals. We'll be here with the starting lineup here just shortly. Just now making the announcement that the winner of this match will advance to the state tournament at the Bicentennial Center, Salina, Kansas, next Friday. Minneapolis getting set to take on the Lyons as they just got done with their semifinal match against the Southeast Saline Lady Trojans. Trojans end up losing that match 2 straight games. Audie Atwell out for the Lady Lions first. Megan Donovan, sophomore. Krista Frazier, another sophomore. Minneapolis is going to have their work cut out for them. Lions is very fast. They hustle and cover a lot of territory. Minneapolis just gets up to that net, challenges the play at the net like they have all year long. Things will be just fine. Kylie McCulloch, senior. Rounding out the top 6, Mallory Goa, number 44. We are almost ready. It's going to be a loud one in here. These ladies are playing for a trip to Salina, and I guarantee you this crowd ain't going to let up. I think it's time to get it on, Mr. Frazier. What do you think? Let's settle in for another hard-fought match. Congratulations and wish you luck at the net. Now we're set to start. Minneapolis will have the ball to start the match. They'll serve first. Danielle Klein will be back in the service court for the Lady Lions. And I believe we're set to go. Get the whistle from the official, and this is serve number 1. Nice serve. No communication, going to be a free ball for the Lions. Klein's pass up to Frazier. Frazier sets go in the middle. Mallory with a nice attack. That ball's back over the net. Kylie goes up with it. Loesch keeps it in play, but they're unable to put it over the net. Point Minneapolis. Mallory with a nice attack there for the Lions as its pass is overpassed to the top of the net. McCulloch tried to stick it back in there, but it was kept in play. Short serve by Klein goes into the net. That ties the score at 1 apiece. Atwell's pass. McCulloch sets go to the outside. Nice attack right into the block. A nice pap over by McCulloch. They're going to get up. Little soft shot by number 23. Christina Foskett for the Lions goes into the block, and it's out of bounds off Megan Donovan. Point Lions. The ladies from Lyons take a 2-1 lead. Atwell backing up, gets the pass up in the air. Mallory just going to pop it over deep into the backcourt, and it's picked up by the Lions. Another free ball for Minneapolis. They hit it to the corner. Good hustle, but it goes out of bounds. Minneapolis out of position to make a play on that ball. Lyons up 3-1. Minneapolis, Kylie McKellick asking for the pass, making the pass for the first set. Audie Atwell puts it to her. Set that ball to Mallory to the outside. She sticks that right down the middle. Nice outside attack by Mallory Goeth on a good serve setup from Kylie McKellick. Minneapolis back to within one. They trail 3-2. McKellick will have the serve. Kylie serve. Deep to the back row middle. She passes it up. Going to set it to the middle for Loesch. Nice save by the Lady Red. They're going to set it back to the outside. Atwell gets underneath it. Klein tracks it down. Goeth slides underneath it, tries to keep it up in the air. No communication there. We didn't know who was going to pick. Point falls in for the Lyons. You got to talk on that back row. Coach McCulley calling instruction. Lyons is back with the serve, and they lead 4-2. Nice dig by Audie Atwell. The dig goes over the net, so it's going to be set up to Loesch in the middle. Touch the net. Mallory gets a block on it, and it goes back. Kylie just with an elbow. Ball goes out of bounds. 5-2, Lyons with the lead. Lady Lions are settling into this first game. They trail by 3. Lions with the serve. Atwell's pass to McCulloch. McCulloch sets it to the middle to Goeth. Goeth with an attack. It's blocked at the net. Nobody there to cover for Minneapolis as it falls down on Minneapolis' side of the net. Lions up by 4, 6-2. Minneapolis needs to stop right here. Danielle Klein's caught going sideways. The pass goes sideways off her arm, out of bounds. Coach McCulloch up, takes timeout. Lyons finds himself out to a 5-point lead, 7-2. This crowd is loud. You got the Minneapolis crowd right in front of us, and off to our other side on my left is the Lyons crowd. There's nobody from either team on the other side of the floor. Minneapolis needs to get with it, start challenging some of those plays at the net. But more than that, they need to start making the play at the net off the pass. Nice dig by Seamers. It's a nice dig by Krista Seamers, but that overpass goes right to the top of the net. Kylie Loesch, middle hitter for the Lyons, sticks that ball right back down on the Minneapolis Lions side of the floor. 8-2. Klein's pass is an overpass. They're going to set Loesch up in the middle. She's bringing the heat. Nobody going up the block on Loesch, and they need to do that. If the Lady Lions aren't going to go up there and block on Loesch, she's going to attack all day long. The only way you're going to get a good outside or good middle hitter out of their rhythm is you got to go up and block. You got to attack that net and make them hit it through the block or hit it over you. Donovan back to serve for Minneapolis. Set it to the outside. Off the block. Seamers is there with the block, but nobody covers for the Lions. Lions score the point, and they're up 10-3 and have the serve. Loesch is back to serve for the Lions. Atwell's pass. You can't, if you commit, you got to go. You can't go part way and then turn away from it. You got to take that if you commit. Another unforced error by the Lady Lions of Minneapolis. McCulloch's pass. We're going to get Lyons in the net. That's going to be a point, Minneapolis. Lyons fans over here don't like the call, but your outside block. How can she call her in the net and then not? She called her in the net and then she took the call away. I don't understand that. That is terrible officiating. That down official called her in the net and then walked over across the net, talked to the up official, and gave the point back. That's a lift. How is that not a lift? Free ball for Minneapolis. Donovan passes it to McCulloch. McCulloch sets it to Atwell to the outside. Atwell puts that one right back in the back corner. It's going to be a point Minneapolis. Minneapolis trails 13-4. Cross is going to come in, play the front row. Klein's going to go out. Mallory goes back to serve for the Lady Lions. Minneapolis needs to get going now. They need to get on a roll. Nice deep serve. Set the outside. Attack. Mallory there for the dig. Donovan pops it up. Seamer's going to put it over for a free ball. Bumps up set by Lyons. Set it back to the outside. Attack. They're right there for crossing with the block. Set it to the middle. Go with there for the dig. Oh, and my setter does not get to the net to get the pass. The setter has a responsibility to get to the net to pick that pass up. You can't let those fall. Goes passes up to the net. Seamer's right there. Tips it over the net. Tipped into the block. The block goes out of bounds. Point Minneapolis. Minneapolis trails 14-5. Frazier in for Seamers. Frazier back to serve for the Lady Lions. Minneapolis needs to get untracked right now and get rolling. A lot of work ahead of them. Nice serve by Frazier. That pass goes sideways. Back row attack from Lyons. Lyons goes into the net. Minneapolis with the point. That makes it 14-6. Lady Lions trail. Frazier still serves for the Lions. Loesch passes up to the front. They're going to set. Couldn't be an attack because she comes from the back row. That's off the block. That drops in. We got to touch the net anyway, and that's going to be a point Minneapolis. 7-14. Minneapolis trails by 7. They're serving. Krista Frazier still with the serve. Another good serve by Frazier. Pass goes to the middle. They're going to set it back to the outside. Nice dig by Donovan. Set it back over to the outside to Atwell, and that's a nice attack. You're going to get Lyons in the net. Lyons called in the net, going for the block. Minneapolis with the point. They're making a little run right here, making a little noise, and that's going to get this crowd back into it. Frazier still with the serve. Nice serve by Krista Frazier. She drops it in there. Atwell backs up. She lets it go out of bounds as it falls out of bounds. Point Minneapolis. Right back in it is the Lady Lions. They trail 14-9. Frazier still serves. Another good serve by Frazier. Pass goes up to the front. Ball's going to be attacked into the net. Coach is going to take a timeout. Lions, and the ladies are right back in it at 14-10. We got the boys out there going to let them rock. It's pretty cool to see. We got Minneapolis Lions fans down here, our whole student body in front of us. And there's quite a few students from the Ellsworth cheering section that's in there right with us. We played Ellsworth the first match of the day and beat them in 2 games straight. But the Ellsworth ladies are right there supporting the Minneapolis ladies. Lions comes out of the timeout. Krista Frazier still with the serve. Minneapolis trails by 4, 14-10. Nice serve by Krista Frazier right off the top of the tape. Nice dig by Mallory, and it's going to be tipped back up by Frazier outside to Atwell. Atwell's dig or attack is picked up. Mallory with another pass to the front. Frazier up there to take it. Atwell with a nice tip. She dinks it over for a point, Minneapolis. That was a nice read by Audie Atwell. They set her up to the outside. Lyons converges on the net, but Audie Atwell there for the dig for the point, Minneapolis. Another good serve by Frazier. Set it back to the outside. There's Crossan with the block. Minneapolis keeps it in play. Crossan pops it over the net. Minneapolis covers well. There's Crossan. Is she going to pull it out of the net? Lyons is into the net trying to dig it. Minneapolis back to within 2. They trail 14-2. Krista Frazier still with the serve. Frazier serve, deep back. Loesch is underneath it. She pops it up, set to the outside. Block at the net. Donovan's there to pick it up. Atwell goes to pop it over for a free ball for the Lions. Set it to the back row. No, we're not going to have an attack, but that ball's going to be hit out of bounds. Minneapolis right back in this. They trail by 1, 14-13. Krista Frazier still with the serve. Another deep serve by Frazier. Not handled well by Lyons. They get to it. Mallory pops a pass up to Frazier. Back sets to McCulloch. McCulloch with a cross quarter that's dug by Lyons outside. Oh, and Lyons goes in with a soft shot. Tips it over the net with a left hand. Point Lyons. And they'll have the serve. Krista Frazier with a good run. Brought Minneapolis all the way back. Goes pass up to Frazier. Frazier sets it to the outside of McCulloch. Crossan with a nice tap over the net. There's Jordan Crossan right there again. Challenging that net. That brings Minneapolis to within 1, 14-15. Audie Atwell back to serve. The Lions jumped out early. They was all over Minneapolis, but Minneapolis showed some fortitude, stayed with it. Tipped the net. Frazier digs it up. McCulloch back sets over to Crossan. Crossan swings. It's just an off mistimed jump. Jordan with a mistimed jump hits it into the net. Lions with a 2-point lead and the serve. Atwell goes down to pick that up. McCulloch with a set. Donovan takes it. Lions able to keep it into play. Nice dig by Audie Atwell, but it goes out of bounds off the side. Lions up 3, 14-17. Frazier's pass to McCulloch. McCulloch with a set. Stuffed right back down on top of her by Loesch. Somebody needs to read that defense and let Kylie know if somebody's there to stuff that back. Frazier passes to McCulloch. McCulloch sets it back to Cross on the outside. Jordan with a nice attack. Lyons able to get underneath. It's going to be a free ball for Minneapolis. Frazier pops the pass up to Cross, and Cross sets it over to Donovan, who gets it over. It's going to be another free ball for Minneapolis. Frazier pops a pass up to McCulloch. McCulloch sets it to the outside. Donovan's right there for the... Yes, that's outside, just outside. I thought we was going to get a touch of the net. Coach McCulloch back up off the bench. She takes timeout. That's timeout number 2. Minneapolis Lions trail by 5 now. They're down 19-14. Coach takes timeout. She's going to try and stem this little run that Lions are on. Minneapolis has fought back. They trailed big early in the game. They fought back to bring it within 2, but now Lyons is back up to a 5-point lead, 19-14. As Minneapolis comes out of the timeout, they're going to be set to receive the serve. Lady Lions have got to play pass ball here. Get that pass to the setter so she can set her hitters up. Atwell's pass. McCulloch tips it up, sets it to go for a back row attack. Mallory's attack, a good one, but nobody there to clean up the block by Loesch. You can't leave that front of the net wide open like that. You got to start attacking. Goeth pops a pass up. Frazier sets Donovan to the outside. How many times is Minneapolis going to sit back and let them dunk the ball on them like that? You got to cover that block. You got to hustle to the net and cover the block. Frazier's pass to McCulloch. McCulloch tips it over the net. They're going to set it to Loesch. Nice dig by Frazier. Donovan with a soft tap over the net. It's another soft shot, dropped in right over the top of the front line. Nobody there to cover. Minneapolis trails 22-14. Donovan puts the ball in play over the net. Mallory passes up to Frazier. Frazier sets Crossan in the middle. Crossan swings it out, hits it long out the back line. Frazier with a nice dig, back set to Crossan to the outside. That ball's out of bounds. No touch. Looked like that official down on the corner called a touch, and there wasn't no touch. Point Minneapolis. Lions are going to have the serve, and they trail 15-23. Danielle Klein to serve for the Lions. She takes one right off the top of the tape. That drops in for Point Minneapolis. (16 serves 23). Danielle Klein with another foot fault. That's her second foot fault of the day. You got to back off that line. If you get called for that once, that tells me you got to back off that line. Lions will be serving for game one. They lead 24-16. Minneapolis got to find some way to get this serve back. Frazier backing up, takes the pass. It comes off the bleacher, or off the goal, up in the ceiling, drops down for Point Lions, and they take game one, 25-16. Minneapolis looked completely out of sync the first half of that game. Makes a run all the way, comes back to within one, and then they turn around and they fall apart for the last 9 points. They give it up, they lose at 25-16. And it's going to go to a game two. Students are making their move. They're switching sides here. Minneapolis will go down to the other end. The Lions fans will come down to this end. So here we are, just about set for game two. Lions takes game one, 25-16. Minneapolis got some work to do. If they want to go down to the state tournament in Salina, Kansas on next Friday, they have work to do. Lady Lions come out of the huddle. Set for game two. The Lions will have the serve to start. Minneapolis needs to jump out early. And here we go. Atwell's pass to McCulloch. McCulloch sets it to the outside to go. Goeth with a nice tack. Hit into the block, and the block goes out of bounds. You can tell by the look on Mallory's face when she goes up for that attack that she meant business on that one. Frazier takes her seat on the sideline. Krista Seamers comes in on the switch. Kylie McCulloch back to serve for the Lions. Minneapolis leads 1-0. This is game 2, championship match against the Lions. Into the net goes the hit. It's dug out by Lyons. Danielle Klein, they're going to set Donovan to the outside. Donovan with the block. Hits through the block. Nobody gets there for Lyons to dig it out of the net. Point, Minneapolis. Minneapolis up 2-0. Kylie McCulloch with the serve. Kylie with another good serve. We're going to get Lyons called for an illegal shift on the serve. They were out of rotation. She didn't cover the outside on that line. That's an illegal set for the Lions, and that'd be point Minneapolis. Minneapolis up 3-0. Set Loesch to the middle. Nice dig by McCulloch. Her dig goes back over the net. They're going to set to the outside. Atwell gets underneath on the Atwell over to pancake on that, but the ball goes out of bounds. Point Lions. 3-1. Minneapolis with the lead. Atwell with a dig. McCulloch sets go up to the middle. Mallory with a nice attack. She hits it off the block. Going to be a back set. Lyons gets to it. Donovan pops up to pass. McCulloch back sets it to go up in the middle. They're going to get Loesch in the net for Lyons. That's going to be a point Minneapolis. Minneapolis with a 4-1 lead. Megan Donovan back to serve for the Lady Lions. Lady Lions have got to push hard. Nice serve by Megan. Punch it back up. Free ball for Minneapolis. Mallory with a nice tip over the net for a free ball. There goes Loesch with an attack. Donovan with a nice dig. McCulloch sets it to the outside. Atwell's right there with an outside attack. Lyons able to pick it up. Set it right back to her. There's Audie again, right through the block. Dug up again by the back row for Lyons. Nice dig by Mallory. McCulloch back sets to Seamers. Seamers is right there, takes it over the net. Off the top of the tape for a point, Minneapolis. Make it 5-1 Lady Lions. Donovan will still serve. Nice back set by Kylie McCulloch to the outside for Krista Seamers. She plays it off the top of the tape for a point. Nice serve by Donovan. Picked up by the middle back for Lyons. Set to the outside to Kylie Loesch for the Lions, and she drops a winner right in front of her, right beside Megan Donovan in the back row. Lions with the serve. They trail 5-2. Loesch back to serve. Atwell's pass to McCulloch. Back set to the outside to Goeth. She attacks with a nice hit, but it's dug up by Donovan. Back set to the outside for the Lions. There's Seamers right there. Mallory unable to keep the ball in play. That dig by Seamers takes it too close to the tape. Mallory tries to pick it out. Falls in for a point Lions. They trail 5-3 and they have the serve. Atwell passes to McCulloch. McCulloch back set to Goeth. Goeth with a cross-court winner. Picked up by outside for, there's Mallory right there. Put a block back down on Lyons. Stick it to the outside for an attack, left-handed. Mallory's there to make the dig. Sets over the net. Gonna set the middle. McCulloch gets a hand on it. She pops it up. Oh, Audie Atwell with an attack from the outside. Attacks it into the net. Lions back in this thing. They trail by 1, 5-4, and they got to serve. Loesch still serves for the Lions. Minneapolis needs to score here. Danielle Klein. Audie Atwell, she's going to get called for 2 hits. Out of position to make that pass. That ties the score at 5 apiece. Minneapolis needs it right here. Klein's pass to the front. Set Atwell to the outside. That ball sits on top of the tape, falls down on the Lions side. Set back to the back row. Klein passes it up to McCulloch. McCulloch's going to set it in the middle to go. Goeth with an attack. That's going to drop in off a diving back row. Drops in for a point, Minneapolis. We take a 1-point lead, 6-5. Mallory Goeth back to serve. Jordan Crossan up off the bench. She comes into the front row for Minneapolis. Mallory with the serve. Nice cross-court top spin and serve. Gonna set Crossan in the middle, and she's right there with a nice attack. Pops it up, punched over. That ball was out of bounds. Minneapolis needs to talk. You gotta talk. That ball's out of bounds. That ties the score at 6 apiece. Lyons gonna sub one. Lyons with the serve. Donovan's pass up to Seamers. Seamers sets it across to the outside. Crossan's right there. That's got to be a lift, and the up official gets the call right. Jordan Crossan with a nice attack from the middle. Hits it into the block, and the official calls the lift, which was the right call. 7-6, Minneapolis leads. Krista Frazier back to serve for the Lions. Nice serve by Frazier. Free ball for Minneapolis. Atwell pops it up. Frazier. Jordan Crossan punches it over for Minneapolis. They're going to set it to the outside to Loesch. Goeth with an attack, or dig. Seamers tries to dig it up, and she puts it under the net on the Lions side. That ties the score back at 7 apiece. Minneapolis just trading points right now. Donovan digs up the pass, sets it up to Frazier. Frazier sets Crossan in the middle. Crossan not swinging through the ball. She hits it out the back line. Lyons takes an 8-7 lead. Donovan with another good dig. Frazier chases it to the net. She can't dig it out. Falls in for point Lyons. Donovan's pass just a little bit wider than the mark. Lyons up 9-7. Donovan pass to Frazier, sets it to the outside of McCulloch. McCulloch with a cross-court attack, dug up by Lyons, sets it right back to the outside. Nice attack from the back row by Mallory. There's Crossan right there at the net to stick that ball back down. Point Minneapolis. That brings Minneapolis back to within 1, 9-8. Atwell back to serve for the Lions. Minneapolis needs to get on a run here. Nice serve. Popped over, Minneapolis with a free ball. Frazier sets it back to McCulloch to the outside. Cross-court attack dug up by Loesch. Donovan keeps that in play. Frazier pops it over the net. Drops a nice little soft dinker in there for Minneapolis. Ties that score up at 9 apiece. Minneapolis right back in this thing. And you still got Audie Atwell back there serving for the Lady Lions. Atwell with the serve, score tied 9-9. Pass to the front, set to the middle. Touch at the net by the up official calls Crossan in the net. It's going to be a point Lions. Shuts down the little bit of run that Minneapolis had going. Lions will serve. They lead 10-9. Mallory with the dig. Pass goes way wide, out of bounds. Unable to dig up that serve. Minneapolis down by 2 again, trail 11-9. Frazier's pass is an overpass. Back set. Frazier with a nice dig. McCulloch with a little dink right over the top of the front row, right in front of the back row, and that makes it 10-11. Minneapolis, they trail by 1. Crossan will come out. Danielle Klein goes in. Klein with the serve. Minneapolis trails by 1, 10-11. Danielle Klein. Here's her serve. Serves it into the net. Point Lions. Danielle's thinking about that foot fault that she got called for in the last game. Lions with the serve and a 2-point lead, 12-10. Frazier with the pass. McCulloch sets going to the outside. Mallory with a nice attack. It's dug up by Lyons. Lyons does a good job of covering the floor. Atwell passes to McCulloch. McCulloch sets Goeth in the middle. Goeth with a hammer. That's going to go out of bounds off the block of Loesch. Point Minneapolis. That makes it 11-12 Minneapolis. Kylie McCulloch will go back and serve for the Lady Lions. Krista Frazier goes out. Krista Seamers comes in. McCulloch will have the serve for the Lions. They trail by 1, 11-12. Loesch passes to the middle, sets it back to Loesch. Attack from the middle hitter, Kylie Loesch. Good for point Lions. They're back up by 2, 13-11. Donovan pops that up. Nice little rainbow shot, and they're going to set it to the middle to Loesch. Minneapolis not covering. Minneapolis is not covering on those, so they got to get there. You're going to challenge it to net, but you got to cover on that. They trail by 3, 11-14. Atwell's pass up to McCulloch, set to the outside to Seamers. Seamers into the block. Lions able to pop it up in the air. They're going to set it back to their outside, and it's hit into the net. Point Minneapolis. Mallory Gold to back and serve. No, Megan Donovan back to serve for the Lions, and we trail 14-12. Lions won game 1 of the match. Minneapolis has to have this one to force game 2 or game 3. Nice short serve by Megan. Good dig by Kylie McCulloch. That ball's in. That ball's in. It drops just on side the line. Minneapolis going to get a call there. Brings it to within 1, 13-14. Donovan still serves. Lions with the pass to the outside. Loesch. That's an overpass. Another overpass by Minneapolis sets Kylie Loesch up in the middle, and she makes Minneapolis pay for that error. That puts Lions up by 2, 15-13. Loesch's serve catches the top of the tape. Minneapolis not there to pick it up or dig it out. Falls in for point, Lady Lions. Minneapolis finds themselves down by 3 now, 16-13. They got to put a stop to it right here. They don't make the stop. You can't let the Lions run on that roll right now. Minneapolis hasn't been attacking the net like we're used to them doing. Klein's pass up to McCulloch. McCulloch back sets Goeth with a nice attack. It's dug by Loesch. Free ball for Minneapolis. Donovan pedaling back. McCulloch goes to get it. Atwell right there, put it over the net, but it's out of bounds. Out of bounds to the outside. Minneapolis finds themselves down by 4. Klein with a pass up to McCulloch. Set to the outside to Atwell. Atwell with a nice attack cross court. It's picked up by Lyons. Mallory there with the block. She taps it back over the net, falling away. Back set. You gotta, I'm sorry, but you gotta make the move. You gotta make the move. Minneapolis finds themselves down by 5 now, 18-13. Donovan's pass up to the front. McCulloch with a back set to go. Goes with a tip. That's going to fall in for a point, Minneapolis. Mallory back with the serve. Nice low serve that was dropping. That should have been a lift. How do they not get called for throwing that ball back? Jordan with a nice attack from the middle. Point Minneapolis. Lions back to within 3, 18-15. Lions Lyons went up to save that pass from going over the net. And your setter threw the ball back. It's not called for the lift. Minneapolis goes in and takes care of the point anyway. Loesch pops up the pass to the outside. Into the block. Crossing's there. She's going to get called for the lift. That makes it 19-15. Lyons with the lead. Lyons with the lead, 19-15, and the serve. Donovan's pass up to Seamer. She sets it to the outside to Crossan. Crossan swinging into the net. Point Lyons, that makes it 20-15. Minneapolis trails by 5. Coach McCulloch, timeout. Lyons has all the momentum in the world right now. Minneapolis just flat as could be. It's going to have to be a big comeback on Minneapolis' part if they're going to force game 3. Minneapolis comes out of the timeout. They trail by 5, 20-15. McCulloch's pass. Seamer sets Crossan to the outside. Crossan with a dink. They're not able to get there and cover that. That was a good call on Jordan Crossan's part. Frazier comes in for Seamers, and she's going to serve. Minneapolis trails by 4, 20-16. Loesch's pass in the middle, set to the outside. It's going to be a free ball passed over. Atwell pops up the pass, set it right back on a back set to McCulloch. McCulloch hits it into the block, but it's dug up by Mallory. Crossan's there for the set, sets McCulloch to the outside. McCulloch puts it over. Soft hit, Mallory's there with the dig. Another unforced error by the Lady Lions. That makes it 21-16. You can't set those errors up there and expect the Lions ladies not to take advantage of them, which they have done. Off the block, Loesch passes to the middle. Mallory's there for the dig. Frazier sets it back that one to the outside off a tip. Set it to the outside for the Lions. Donovan with a nice dig. Ball goes over, kept in play by the Lions. Hit into the net by Lions. Minneapolis trails by 5, or by 4, 17-21. Audie Atwell back to serve for the Lions. Minneapolis needs the ball here. A runoff, that's going to be, why not a lift? I cannot believe we can't get a lift called. How we do not get a lift called on that is completely asinine. I can't understand it. Crossan's attack is blocked. It's picked up, and there's Crossan again. Nice hustle by Crossan. Good hustle play by Minneapolis, but nobody comes back to cover. They just stood there and watched the ball fall. Back set, picked up by Lyons. That ball didn't clear the tape. That's 4 hits. 4 hits, and this official doesn't call it. Crossan back to serve for the Lions. Minneapolis trails 23-18. Set it to the outside, off the tip. Atwell's pass. Frazier sets Goeth with a dink. Set too close to the net. The Lions are going to be serving for the match at 24-18. Minneapolis has got to return serve. They've got to return the serve. Atwell's pass to McCulloch. Set it to the outside. Go with an attack. That ball's out of bounds. Nice attack by Mallory off a nice set from Kylie. That ball goes out of bounds wide off the side. McCulloch serves for the Lions. Pass up to the middle. Gonna set close to the outside. And that's going to be the match. Lions are going on to the state tournament in Salina, Kansas. Your Minneapolis Lions finished with a second place finish here at SubState in Ellsworth, Kansas. And it's a hard-fought match, but Minneapolis unable to come up with the win. And it's all over. It's all over. Lady Lions seniors, their careers are over. The rest of the gals, they'll be back. And I'm just about out of tape, so I'm going to have to call it quits. Signing off for the MCTV Linebackers sponsored broadcast. I'm going to say goodbye from Ellsworth, Kansas.